We move up a weight here to the junior light heavyweight degree here. We're looking at the 93 kilogram or 205 pound athletes. And first up in the blue corner, we had Omar Aliev from Russia. His opponent in the red corner, currently on your screen, Vladislav Duz from the Ukraine. And we've seen some upsets from the Ukrainian fighters. Harbour yesterday beating a Swedish fighter via armbar. That was a very impressive finish. So many upsets, and it really is hard to kind of say who's definitely going to win, who's not. Anything can happen in MMA. Makes it such an exciting sport to watch. So don't forget to give us a follow on Instagram and Facebook. Instagram is IMMAFED. It's IMAS Federation. Aliev looking to establish the power hook early on. Left hook sneaking through there. Catching the leg, looking for the right hand. Uses that opportunity to get this fight to the ground. Duz now looking to clasp the head downward, limit the posture and the power coming down. Just think about cinching up one of those legs, catching the half guard. Could go for the leg lock here in this position. Looking for the leg here. Again, knee bars allowed and straight foot locks allowed here. And again, that's the dangerous opportunity there. The referee's going to give a stand up because he held the cage. It was Aliev that would grab the cage as he struck on Duz. But the affordance there of going through for a leg lock, you expose your head, particularly if your arms are in jeopardy. And otherwise engaged, trying to secure the leg. But we'll get a stand up. So for that dominant position that Aliev had on top. Oi, big overhand right from Aliev. He actually gave that up because he grabbed the cage. The ref took that as to stand up to kind of make sure that he doesn't do that again. The pace is a little bit slowed here. It's still powerful combinations close quarters, but they'll take a little breather. Some big punches being exchanged. Left hook there from Aliev. And a right hand again landing from Aliev. Aliev just able to target just a little bit better in these exchanges here. Both athletes are not taking the full force of the punches here to get rocked, but certainly these do add up over time. Deep breath from Aliev. Slowed pace here from the light heavyweight fighters in the junior division. This one, our last junior fight of the day. And again, these are the semi-finals. The finals for the juniors will be tomorrow. Level change there at the end of the round just to secure the points from Aliev. Let's see if these athletes can regain some oxygen debt here, get some advice from their corners, breathe deeply, control their breathing. They seem to get tired towards the kind of middle of the round there. We often see that sometimes from the larger fighters. They tire a lot quicker, and you see the deep breaths there in the corner from Aliev. And massaging from the coach. They're trying to disperse the lactic acid there in his muscles and get the waste from the muscles, from the exertion away, and then refining for the new oxygen. Second round now. And let's see who's recovered more in these rounds. And often in their training regimes, they'll have what's called as active rest. So if you imagine that you do an exercise for a determined number of minutes, and then in the rest, you're actually not sitting down and chilling like you would do on a stool. You'd be skipping, or you'd be high knees, or flicking the heels up. Something that's you're actively resting, but you're still moving. So then when you come to the fight, and you actually get to sit down between the rounds, your body recovers better. That's a tactic that most of the athletes employ in their training. So the recovery rate would be better in between the rounds. Big overhand right there from Aliev. Again, he's finding a home for that overhand right. Look at that, drops. Du's down to the canvas, Du straight back to the feet. And the two fighters quite lean here, which enables them to be a lot faster. If you notice, the referee's got his work cut out today in the cage with these two. They're very light on their feet, and oh, big overhand right. And he's like throwing that naked. He's not even setting it up. He's looking for the left hook there. But if he sets that up, goes to the body and then goes to the head, he's going to really make sure that he draws the hands down of Du's and lands that more flush. And credit to Du's as well. He's got a great chin. He's eaten a few of those shots. And Du's throwing that low leg kick. I like to see him employ that a little bit more. You see Aliev reach down to adjust his shin pad, but that usually means that kick hurt. And we've seen a lot more of the low calf kicks throughout MMA, and they've trickled down to the amateur circuit as well. So kicking low down on the ankle, just around the back, just touching the calf, there's a lot less muscle, a lot less thickness and fat, and you can put some damage through to the ligaments and tendons a lot more readily in that area. So we're seeing a lot more of the calf kicks being employed. Again with that overhand right, but it's now he's kind of telegraphed it, and Du's is almost certainly aware that it's there, so he just backs off. If Aliev would fake the shot, which would enable Du's to potentially sprawl or ground himself, he's going to keep his head in the same spot, and he could set that overhand right up. He's doing a good job there, throwing different striking techniques to set that overhand right up, but I'd like to see some level changes, some kicks, just to mask that big overhand right coming, because almost certainly Du's eating a few of those. He's very aware that that's more than available. Big trades here on the feet from both these guys. Ten-second clapper goes here. Nice leg kick from Du's. Du's looking to go to the body. Nice parry from Du's. And an exchange ensues from both of these athletes. And that's the end of the round. And again, quite exciting, just looking at the face of Aliev in the blue corner. Notice some blood there trickling down from the nose. Could potentially have a break there, which would maybe affect his breathing, his recovery weight. You can see there from the camera angle, they're just getting to work on his nose, putting the ice on it, stopping the bleeding. And when you've got blood running out of your nose, it almost limits the amount of air you can get into your body through your nose, which limits the amount of oxygen, so you have to breathe through your mouth, which in turn, a wider mouth promotes an easier knockout. If your mouth is open once you get struck, it's more readily available to put the shock through the brain and obtain a knockout. So a broken nose is almost certainly a massive inconvenience in a mixed martial arts fight. Round three, a touch of gloves, get this one underway, and see if Aliev now can land that decisive overhand right. Big leg kicks from Aliev. Du's now with a little bit more bouncy footwork and a little bit more movement than Aliev. Let's see if he can employ that lateral movement to set up these punches, angle off, and not be in front of Aliev to eat that overhand right. Aliev again working the leg kicks, disengage the movement and the explosiveness on the lead leg. There's the big overhand right again. Aliev looking for the knee, Just a warn to keep the knee to the body and not hit the head. Overhand right again, but it's just the forearm that's landing onto the side of the neck of Duz. Aliev just needs to target that fist just ever so slightly back a few inches to gain access to the chin or the temple. Aliev again taking some big, deep breaths here. Leg kick from Duz, looking for the left hook, looking for the jab. Just swing and a miss there from Aliev. Looking for these singular knockout shots now. Again, he needs to dig deep into the gas tank, start work these combinations. Such exciting flurries from these two athletes when they get close quarters. Another overhand right lands. And credit to the chin of Duz again. He's eaten up a lot of these overhand rights. He's got to be close to 10 landing on his chin, and he's still in there, still bouncy. You know, he's still got his equilibrium about him. He's not wobbly on his feet. Smart play by Aliev to catch the kick and initiate the takedown here. If there's any question in the judges' eyes of who's controlling, you know, take the fight to the ground, end up on top, do some damage, promote yourself to a better position, and that will almost certainly elevate you in the scorecards and leave a good impression at the end of the last round. Aliev now has got to free these arms to do damage, otherwise he's in danger of being stood up. And the referee decides so. Beautiful work from Aliev. Look at that, knee on belly as well. Going for the knee on belly, gives up his leg briefly, but he's going to stay heavy with his leg and maintain that top position. And the Russian corner very happy that Aliev has done enough to win this fight. But again, we'll go to the judges' scorecards to render a decision, so stay tuned for the decision between Omar Aliev and Václav Duz. Russia and Ukraine here at the IMF European Championships 2019. And this one will conclude our junior fights for the semi-finals today. We'll move on to atomweight shortly, but before that we will have the official decision coming your way in a moment's time.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, over to cage number 2. After 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards. Your winner by unanimous decision, the blue corner from Russia, Омар Алиев.